Hey everybody, Geoff Zahler. Welcome to episode 15 of Zahler Properties Live. Wanted to just kind of talk about a couple news stories that have been in the news lately that are, some of them are national, some of them are Vegas oriented, but most of them are real estate oriented. So a couple that we've discussed and we've actually shared on our Facebook page. So if you want a little bit more detail, please go onto our Facebook page and you'll see some of the articles I'm going to be referencing. You can just click on them and read for yourself. But the first one came out a few days ago. It was a report that basically said that more baby boomers now are actually not downsizing their homes when their children are leaving for college or moving out. In the past, we've always had what we all know is the empty nest syndrome, where you may clean up and downsize. But a lot more families now have decided to keep the family home and upgrade it, and maybe make some remodels or some additions. So part of this whole limited inventory that we have been seeing over the last year to 2 years is really a lot of that is these baby boomers who had been selling are deciding to hold their homes longer. So that's really influencing some of the inventory levels. So that's something to kind of keep your eyes on when we start going through this whole process and we talk about seasonality or we talk about inventory. You just have a lot of people that are foregoing selling for the time being, and they're holding the homes and putting a little bit more money into the home, which we thought was interesting. Another interesting story is and again, in relation to the tightening of the market, we have referenced before student loan debt and how that can affect a buyer's ability to buy a home. Lennar, who's one of the nationwide home builders, actually came out this week, I believe, and is going to institute a new program that will essentially, if you're interested in buying a home, Lennar may actually pay down some of your student debt in order for you to be able to qualify for the loan. Now, it's in its infancy. We don't know what's going to happen with it, and I don't know a lot of the details. I think they said that the max they would spend was about $13,000, which when you're buying a $350,000 home doesn't seem like a lot, but sometimes if that's the difference between you being able to qualify for a home and not, builders are going to start doing this. Now, you're going to see the ability for the builders to do this because a lot of these builders have in-house lenders, so they're going to push you to do the in-house lending. Whether the builder makes that money back or not is yet to be seen. Lennar is going to be the test monkey, if you will, and if it starts working, I would not be surprised if we start seeing more and more new builders with their own financing divisions do the same thing. Will that translate to the resale market in traditional mortgage brokers? I don't know. It remains to be seen. But this will be something that's interesting to keep your eyes on and really help those millennial and new buyers that still have student loan debt possibly into buying a new home, which would help these big builders too. So those were the two kind of national stories, if you will. There are two sports stories that I'd love to try to bring in, and anytime I can kind of merge sports in real estate, it's pretty awesome. But we all know the Raiders are coming. The question is when. So everybody, we've been getting calls. We talk to sellers. We talk to investors. Everybody talks to us and gives us the Raider effect. Oh, the market's going to go up because of the Raiders. The market's going to go up because of the Raiders. Here's what we see. And without going too in detail, the Raiders news is kind of already built into home prices. It's like stocks. And if you trade stocks or understand the investment world like that, news is really already priced into the price of a stock. So at this point, all the Las Vegas Raiders stuff has really affected the property values to where they're going to be. So you're not going to see much of a bump because of the Raiders. The other reason you may not see a bump is word came out that Oakland may be holding on to the Raiders through the 2020 season, especially if we have more delays in the stadium. Now, we're now in the 2017 season. That would be the rest of this season, which only just started, and 3 more seasons. We may not see the Raiders in Las Vegas until 2021. That's not confirmed, but that's something that has come out, and it really all depends on the stadium deal. So for those of you who keep saying, hey, the Raiders are going to come, it's going to increase my property values, a lot can happen in 3.5 years, right? That's almost a full election cycle. I'm not going to go into politics. I'm just going to use the word election and let everybody else figure out what they mean by that. But we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone 3.5 years from now. So just keep that in mind. Yes, the Raiders are coming, ... When is the real question. And then the last story that just came out today was a little bit interesting for everybody who does know. Las Vegas' first professional hockey team, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, had their first preseason game at home last night. Season starts really soon. But what's really kind of interesting is StubHub, who is an online ticketing broker, just came out with a report that the Las Vegas Golden Knights are the only team in NHL hockey, there's 31 professional teams, that have sold tickets to buyers in all 50 states. So what does that mean? It means that, you know what, we're new, but we're also a tourist destination. So we are getting people from Alaska to West Virginia and Wyoming, I want A to Z or A to W, are buying tickets to come here. So are they buying tickets when they plan on being here? Whatever it is, it happens to help our professional franchise. We can devote tickets to, and we can support a team. And it also devotes tourism, right? So people are not actually, you know, maybe these people who are coming for hockey would not normally come for a weekend. So we're going to actually potentially bring more tourism in. On top of that, give tourists who are already coming yet another destination and another event to attend that can be family friendly, which is fantastic, again, for the entire valley. There are about 17,000 seats in the arena, and actually 14,000 of those seats are owned by season ticket holders, which is fantastic. So we're not talking about a lot. There is a lot of local support for the team. We're all really excited to see how it helps both the economy and see what other professional sports we can get. As we said, the Raiders are coming. When? You never know. We could be having a baseball team here before it's all too long too. So that's really it. That's the 4 stories I wanted to kind of share today. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to go through our scroll down, and there's reference to every one of these stories we talked about. We try to bring a lot of news that's relevant. That way, you know, we all know you can get news everywhere, but we really want to make sure that people who are following our page are up to date with what's going on, not just here, but nationally, and especially when it does relate here to our local Las Vegas area. If you have any other questions, 702-758-4699. Shoot us a text, give us a call, send us an email at info@zahlerproperties.com. I'd love to help. Have a good day. Talk to you soon.